What's going on, guys? Eric from TheWiscoGuyz, and in today's video we're going to be doing the front suspension and steering on my 1988 Pontiac Firebird. If you're just joining this video series, definitely check out the first one. We did the rear lowering springs, lower control arm relocation kit from UMI lowering springs, and we did some KYB XLG shocks, just like a standard replacement. But we did do that video, so definitely check it up in the corner. And I also did another video where I messed up and I had to change everything. Well, not everything, but I had to change a few things in the back here per your guys' recommendation and what you caught in the video. So I did get this. I did not get that switched. I did not get that switched over, but oh, whatever. So working towards the front. All right, so if you haven't checked out the previous videos, I did get new shocks, new control arm bushings, and new sway bar bushings, and I got all new steering components for tie rods and everything. So we are going to undo the lower control arm so we can get the bushings in, and we're going to put new ball joint in as well too. So first off, we're going to get this lower control arm off itself, so we're going to do that next. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo this tie rod, and then I'm going to undo the tie rods, and then I'm going to undo the sway bar link, and then I'm going to put a spring compressor on the spring to get the load off of it. And then I'm going to get this ball joint free from the knuckle. So I'm going to do that next. Trying to get this kingpin, the kingpin. That was a fight in itself. Alrighty, let's get that not off there. Alright, I was beating on it for a while. Got that in there, so that'll be good. We're gonna get this disconnected from there. I'm gonna go and do that. There we go. Control arms out. Alright, so that's pretty much it there. I'm going to continue on the other side, but I won't film it. Same idea. Pickle fork. First, tie rod, sway bar link, and then pickle fork. Get that out. We're replacing ball joints, so I don't care if it ruined it. The ball joint was bad, so I'm going to do the same over here and get it dropped down and take out the control arm. Alrighty, so it's the next day. I don't know if you guys can really see, maybe. Got the control arm out on the passenger side, working on the control arm on this side. On the driver's side, I have a spring compressor, but it's not gonna work for our application, so I just let the spring fly out as the ball joint got separated from the knuckle. So not recommended, but it worked, and the spring went flying, and no one got hurt, but it's okay. So right now I'm trying to get the center drag link off. I did get the idler arm loose on the other side from the body of the vehicle, so just gotta drop this down. I gotta get this bolt out right here to get this control arm off, but it's not clearing, so. There we go. Alrighty, the battery died again while we were going in and getting all these bushings changed out, but we got them changed out on both the driver's side and the passenger side. Got the driver's side mocked up in there. We gotta get the spring in there, and we're gonna get it up in the pocket here. So yeah, we're gonna do that next. We do have new lowering springs from UMI. So these are, I'll clock them the same way. These are about an inch, about a coil lower pretty much, so about an inch lower. Should look good, should match the rear of course because it's a whole set I bought. But yeah, we're gonna get these put in. I'm gonna hopefully use a tranny jack and just kind of use the weight of the car to push this up in there. So hopefully this works. Hopefully. If not, then I gotta try to find a spring compressor, because I have a spring compressor like that style, but I don't think I tried using it to get the old springs out, but I couldn't get them in there. So alrighty, so this is important. In the instructions it says the flat part of the spring is the top of the spring, so that should go in first. The lower part is just this coil, which it says it goes over the weep holes on the GM bucket control arm. So we're gonna put this in now and try to get it up there. Alrighty, so it's been a battle. I haven't really filmed anything, but I got this side done. New struts on, new link is on but not tight yet. Control arm is in with new bushings. Spring is in as well too. Had to use a spring compressor. I had to run to O'Reilly's to grab one. I could not do it without it. So got the ball joint in, cotter pin is in, and yeah, I got the recert in for that. So currently working on the passenger side, and I ran into trouble with one of the struts, and I believe it was my fault. I tried putting this in on the driver's side, on this side here, and I think I nicked it going up, and I may have damaged the threads. I was trying to run the jack, get this up in there, just was not having it. So Aaron's here trying to figure out if we can get this cleaned up enough to where we can at least get this nut on there. They don't really look that bad, it's just fucking dumb. So Aaron's on it now. Alright, we'll check in with you a little bit. It's been an absolute nightmare. So that's the next day. I don't know what you guys can see here. It's been a while. Got the spring in, got the ball joint tightened down. I got the spring compressor still in there. I can't get to it to release it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this old strut out. I'm gonna undo it from the top. I'm gonna make sure I have the jack underneath the knuckle so it doesn't just completely drop down. I can actually, you know, control it. So let's get that strut out. Alrighty, well, that's out. Thank goodness. That'll pull the strut off. I think these are blown. There. Yeah, that's blown. Well, let's get the new one in there. Pretty much good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure everything's tight, get the sway bar link on this side. I'm going to tighten the control arm bolts, and then we start hanging some steering stuff. hopefully I can get this done today so I can get the subframe connectors in tomorrow. That's my goal. Today's Sunday. Tomorrow we got day off, Labor Day. So happy Labor Day to you guys. But yeah, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm sweating here. Come on. Give me a subscribe. Give me a like. Alrighty, so I noticed when I started putting the idler arm on, I forgot that boot at the top of the thing there, at the strut. So, yep, I had to take that back down and put it back in and tighten it back up. This is how this whole thing is we want. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's mostly my fault, so what do you do? So I got the crossbar here, got the pitman arm on, got those tie rods on there, just getting the tie rod adjusting fluid on right now. Remember, these are opposite threads. So I kind of just looked at the old one, see how many threads were on each side, so I'm just trying to match that. We're gonna get it on the alignment rack anyways, and just gotta tighten everything up, and then put your cotter pins in there. Still got the, I don't know, a lot of stuff in this. But if you have any questions or comments or anything, just let me know. I can kind of tell you, or at least show you another video that someone had done it, because I did watch a lot of videos before I did this. So yeah, so I'm gonna start tightening some stuff up, get some grease certs in there, just get everything tightened up. So alrighty, so I have the UMI underbar here. We're gonna undo the bushing clamps on the front sway bar. I'm gonna put this in. I'm just gonna loosen these bolts and lower the sway bar down, and I'm gonna install that underbar. There. Done. Alrighty, so got the tie rods on, inner and outer, got the sway bar links tightened down, got the UMI wonder bar in the front there, and then I mean, everything's changed out, everything's tightened, everything's cut or pinned, but I think these tie rods are too long. It's kicking this out way too far, and I can't even get it in far enough to adjust it, so I might have to do new tie rods, but I'm gonna wait till it goes in the alignment rack, see what happens. Maybe we can adjust them, but I got them like maxed out right now and they're still kind of kicking out. So yeah, so we'll see on that. I gotta put the wheel on, and then I gotta do just check everything, make sure everything's tight, and then I gotta get a block of wood to put underneath this thing. So alrighty, but we're gonna at least look at it on the ground and see what it is. So alrighty, so I got it off the lift finally. Kind of pulled it out, but she's tracking weird because of course like everything's out of alignment, and this is as far as I could get these tie rods to go in. They're like kinked out each side. It just doesn't work at all, but it's looking good, looking dang good. We'll get it outside. But yeah, everything's done besides the subframe connectors and the strut tower bar. I'm going to do that as well too at some point. But It's kind of hot. I'm done. I've had enough. And then I think I'll just resume this tomorrow. But we'll check in with you guys tomorrow. We're gonna pull the carpet back to get the subframe connector to get them up in there, and then we'll do the strut tower bar last. This is gonna be an all over video. It's not really a how-to. It's just kind of what I'm experiencing, and it's kicking my ass. That's for sure. It's like, it's got to be like 95, 100 degrees. It's got to be like at least 95 today. But if you guys that live in the southern states, more power to you. If it was 60 degrees or 70 degrees, I'd probably just have this thing hammered out today. But plus, I got to get the tool back to O'Reilly's too. So, and I'm overweight. I can't really breathe. Sucks. Whatever. Yeah. But it's on the ground, so that's good. Check in with you when we get it like on the alignment rack and screw those things in. They're the subframe connectors. Alrighty guys, so it's day 3, I think. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So day 3. Got everything in, and I think we have a problem with the tie rods. I've adjusted them, I've like maxed them out, and I can't get, I mean, that's pretty bad. I can't get that tire to come in. Steering wheel, of course, is not straight, but I just put one wheel straight just to kind of see what we're looking at. But when the steering wheel's straight, both tires are towed out pretty bad, and people are saying it's the adjusting sleeves from Moog that had our trouble. I don't know. Kind of at the point where it's like, well, maybe I should order some different inner and outer tie rods and adjusting sleeve and see what happens. But you kind of get the look of the 1-inch drop. I will measure it once it's aligned. I don't know if it's going to be in this video or not, but we'll see. But it's looking good. It's looking real good. So I'm liking how it's turning out. As long as we can get the front tires to align, that'd be good. That's all I'm worried about at this moment. So but yeah, what we're gonna do now is we're going to install the subframe connectors right here, and we're gonna get those on, and then I think I don't know if I should wait on this or not. This is the strut tower bar. Alrighty, so me and Aaron just finished it. Didn't really film it, but we got them in. We drilled the holes up in there, used the subframe connectors as a guide. I can't really see there. So we got them in there. Ended up bashing my exhaust off the frickin' lift, so I gotta try to bend that back now, but they're in. What do you think?
It's done.
That went pretty easy.
Yeah.
So I was a little worried about it. But they're in, bolted up. Should be good, I hope. Alrighty guys, day whatever. Tie rod situation on this. It's been a few days if you guys are still watching the video. Hopefully you're, I don't know how this is gonna edit because it's been so long, but got new tie rods from O'Reilly's, some precision ones. We did take off the tie rods from Moog. So these are outer and inner tie rods, outer, inner, with their adjusting sleeve. The tie rods, I don't know, like they're too long. Like I got these ones, I don't know if it was just the adjusting sleeve, so it seems short. So I'm looking at it here, and I can get this one even more in. This one's maxed. This is like maxed out right now, and it's about 1 inch short. But this actually needs to be about 2 inches shorter, inch on each side. I did get one mocked up just to see. I didn't even tighten anything down. I just mocked it up, and it turned the tire in to where I need it. It's actually almost too far in at the moment. But we can adjust that out. Before, I couldn't even get the tire in that far. So we're gonna see what happens here and kind of go from there. So hopefully I'll get this other side on and we can kick this in, because this is the position where it was with those tie rods. Somebody was saying it's just the adjuster sleeve. I might try to play around and throw this adjuster sleeve on these tie rods and see what happens. But even so, there's like a ton more thread here with length and everything. So I don't know. I might not even do that. I might just have to call Moog and say, hey, your stuff just doesn't work. Like, it's kicking it out too far. Like right now, I think I have too much, almost too much toe in, which is fine, because then I can adjust it back out. Like, not a problem. Yeah, I might even still be too toed in, but we're gonna align this in a different video. There might be like a part 3 of testing, aligning and testing. So, but I'm gonna put these on. I'll show you what's going on, and then I'm gonna put the strut bar in too, because the guy that's gonna help me align it said get the strut bar on, and we'll mess with that when we go to align it. So I'm gonna do that too. But yeah, I just mocked the tire up. It doesn't have the spacer in it, that's why it's so close. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this stuff on and see what's going on. Alrighty, so solution. I ended up cutting that tie rod. So I ended up cutting it, and yeah, that's what we're doing. So gave me enough toe in. I think it's actually too much right now. Still can go in a little bit more, but yeah, I think we got enough. So I just kind of looking at it, getting it straight. This side definitely has enough toe in. Yeah, this side definitely has enough toe in. But we'll get it on the alignment rack, and we'll get it lined up. So I'm gonna put the top strut bar in while we're here, and then yeah, so we'll get that done. Alrighty, so I'm gonna install that strut bar. I got everything disassembled, plates off of there, the 7/8 bolts. So I'm gonna put the plates on, get them positioned. I'm gonna make sure that the rear hole there, or the rear stud, I mean, is tight. And then I'm gonna loosen up these 2 front ones, and then I'm gonna set the plate down on there. Of course, get this out of the way, and kind of go from there. All right, so I got 1 plate on there. Just gonna install nut. Just gonna leave those kind of loose for now. I'm gonna go to the other side. I'm gonna do that side. All right, got her in, got this side tight too. And this thing, I think it's gonna stiffen up the whole car. Like, that's gonna be huge with that Wonder Bar under there too. Dude, I'm psyched. I'm psyched to drive this thing. I'm psyched to get it aligned, get the toe set, get the camber set, get the caster set, and finally take it out and see how it goes. So, but I gotta at least pull it out of here and get it in the main shop. So I'm gonna do that now. Alrighty, park it, take a look. This should be good. Got toe in that way. I mean, the steering was a little bit off, but yeah, much better. Much better. So this is gonna be the stance of this car. Kinda. That looks sick. Looks real sick. So it's gonna be good. Definitely was a fight, as you can tell in the video. If you guys have made it this far, subscribe to the channel, because that sucked. And if you have any questions for me, let me know. But cutting that driver's side tie rod was the move to get that in. Yeah, so, but looks good. Looks good. Look, just mean stance, like lowered an inch. Like you wouldn't think, like, oh yeah, an inch, but like, dude, this looks badass. Like, I don't think the camera's doing it justice, but this looks badass. Maybe I'll overlay what it did look like, but I don't know if you guys can see it, but, and then now to this, like, it looks badass. So, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. We will do a part 3 on testing this. We have 2 events coming up. I missed the first event. Actually, there's 3 events. I was gonna go to the car show that we went live, so check that out. Missed it, couldn't do it. So yeah, we got 2 events coming up, and we got to get this lined up before those events. So we have Cruise for Cancer in Superior, Wisconsin, Duluth, Minnesota, Twin Ports area. We're gonna do that with this car. We'll be having another car join us, and we might meet up with some people too, we'll see. And then we have Black River Motorsports Park 5.0 autocross 5.0. This is the main reason why I did this, is so I could go back there and be like, hey, let's see how we compared to last year. So hopefully the autocross event goes well. I'm just ecstatic. Like, we've done so much to this car this year, and it's just, this is becoming the car like I've always like dreamed of, like getting it set, getting the suspension done, getting the interior done, getting the paint done, getting the wheels done. Like, this is it. Like, this is turning into my like vision for this car. Like, it's top notch. So, but that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, and tune in for part 3, because we're gonna align it and we're gonna test it. We're gonna test it, street drivability and cornering, and we're just gonna make sure it does well. So I definitely got to do a shakedown before we go on Cruise for Cancer, because it's gonna be like probably like 150-200 miles of just driving that day, at least. It might even be 250 with driving there and back. So got to do a shakedown. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a good night or day or whatever you're having. See you guys. Bye.